Today, right now, we're solving a problem. Sometimes they're called simultaneous equations. So it's like they say, solve the simultaneous equations. Sometimes they say solve the system of equations. Sometimes they say solve. In this case, there's two equation, two variables. Solve this two equation, two variable problem. So, and then there are different methods to solve this. There are three different methods to solve this. I'm going to pick a problem, like this problem is 6x minus 7y equal to positive 3, and then 4x minus 6y equal to negative 2. So to solve this system of equations or simultaneous equations, there are three methods. One of them is by graphing them. Each one of these stands for a straight line, so you have two straight lines. If they're not parallel, they intersect each other at some point. That point has an x value and y value, and that's the solution of the system. So by graphing, we can do that. We can find it, even though it might not be accurate. So that's going to be in a different example that I'll show here. Right now, I'm gonna using substitution technique to solve this problem. So as it's obvious from the name, substitution technique, the whole purpose is to solve for to get rid of one of the variables. How to solve one of these equations with respect to one variable and plug it into the other equation. So that's how you can get rid of one of the variables. So you're just going to end up with one variable. So let's see. Let's say I want to pick this one, 4x minus 6y equal to negative 2, and solve for a random. In this case, it doesn't matter. Sometimes one of them is simpler than the other one, depending on the number that is multiplied by x or y. So in this case, let's say I want to solve for x. To solve for x, I'm going to get rid of this negative 6y by adding 6y to both sides of the equation, like this. So add both sides. This cancels. So what's left? 4x. That's 4. So 4x equal to 6y minus 2. And to solve for x, there's 4 times x to get rid of. So to get rid of this 4, I need to divide by 4 both sides. So to divide this by 4, I need to do it like that, dividing by 4. So that means each one of those is divided by 4. So I'm going to simplify right now. 4 and 4 cancel. So x is equal to 6y over 4 minus 2 over 4. Sometimes students skip that step and make mistake on simplification. So, and again, if I simplify it further, let me get rid of that. So x equal to 3y over 2 minus 1 over 2. Because this divided by 2 is going to be 3. This divided by 2 is going to be 2. This divided by 2 is going to be 1. This divided by 2 is going to be 2. So that's how I'm going to get this equation. So I solved that equation that I started with respect to x. I solve it with respect to it. I solve it for x, so I have y inside. I'm going to substitute this into the first equation. So I'm going to substitute that here into this equation. So I have that x, so it's going to come here 6 times x. So 6 times x, so here that equation will turn to 6. I have 6x minus 7y equal to 3. So instead of x, I'm going to substitute 3y, this expression, 3y minus 2. Sorry, 3y over 2 minus 1 over 2. So that's 6x minus 7y equal to 3, right? And then here, it's 6 multiplied by this parentheses. So you need to use distribution technique to distribute 6 inside parentheses. So you multiply 6 by 3y over 2. Multiplying 6 by 3y over 2, 6 times, this is over 1. 6 times 3 is 18. 1 times 2 is 2. So 18 over 2, which can be simplified again. minus, now 6 times this 1 over 2. 6 times 1 is 6, and 1 times 2 is 2. Okay, minus 7y equal to 3. Now this can simplify. 18 divided by 2 is, this divided by 2, 1. This divided by 2, 9. Both of these are divisible by 2. So it's going to be 9y minus 6 divided by 2 is 3 minus 7y equal to 3, right? And then over here, you can add 3. You can add 3 to move the 3 at the other side. Why we do that? Because we want to have y standing alone by itself. So, and then we want to figure out what y is equal to. So we have to get the other numbers, get rid of the other numbers. So left side, right side, this cancels. That's why we added 3 to cancel the negative 3. So we have here 6. And then if you look carefully, you have 9y minus 7y. 9y minus 7y is going to be 2y equal to 6. It's multiplied. So to get rid of this 2, because we want to have y, we divide by 2. We divide by 2. So 2 and 2 cancels. That was the whole purpose of dividing by 2. What's left? Y alone equal to 6 divided by 2, which is 3. So we solve for y, right? Now the best is to plug this. We want to solve for x, and the best is to plug this into the one that we already solved it. You can plug this into this one, here into y and find x, or here use this equation or that equation. They're all fine. But if this process is correct here, if this process is correct, you can just plug this into this equation that is already solved and solve for x. So x is equal to, I'm going to go with different color here, x is equal to 3y over 2, 3 times y times 3 over 2 minus 1 over 2. That's going to be x equal to x equal to 9 over 2 minus 1 over 2, which is x equal to, denominators are same. You write one of them, 9 minus 1 is 8. So 8 over 2 is what? Just 4. X equal to 4. We got it, right? So we solve. Now x is what? We found x is equal to 4, and that's 4. And y is equal to 3, right? Now, it's the best to check the work, okay? So this is what you're going to do. Check the work. Make sure that your answer is correct. You substitute both of these into the original equation. See, make sure that you are right. It's on a test and no one is there. You don't have tutor, teacher, someone to check. So you can check yourself. So plug these numbers here. 6x minus 7y. I'm going to rewrite the problem here and check it. We had 6x minus 7y equal to 3. That's the first one. And second one with some space, I'll write it over here. 4x minus 6y equal to negative 2. So make it habit. Check your work. When you're solving equations, you can check your work. That's the beauty of the problem. If it's wrong, you can figure it out and you can redo it to fix it. So 6x, 6 times x, which is 4, minus 7 times y, which is 3. We should get 3. If we did, we're right. If we didn't, we have to fix it. 6 times 4 is 24, minus 3 times 7 is 21. Should get 3. So on the left side, you see 3. We get 3 equal to 3. That's correct. But we need to check with both equations. So again, 4 times x, which was 4, and 6 times y, which was 3. We should get negative 2. 4 times 4 is 16, minus 3 times 6 is 18. We should get negative 2. 16 minus 18 is negative 2. See, awesome. So it verifies our work. Done.